I'm Jake.
I'm Michael.
And this is
the Imposter Syndrome Podcast.
Yeah, let's go.
So, we are here.
Yes, as PNG files once again.
We tried.
We did. We really did. We're about to start the episode with our VTubers, and I froze, and I couldn't unfreeze. And we realized that in a podcast format, I would inevitably freeze again, most likely. So
yeah, we will have a repeat of My Hero episode 3.
Yeah. So we're kind of just we're figuring it out. We're trying a lot of different things to figure out why it's happening. But,
I literally ordered stronger internet, and yet we couldn't beat it.
So. We're sorry in that regard.
Yeah.
But we have a good episode for you today. Last time we wanted to play a little light, so we did this trolley game thing, which was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the episode very much. Shout out to Shrek. And
fuck you. Fuck you.
And today we're gonna talk about another disaster that's occurring. First things first. San Diego Comic-Con was last month, and as everyone who's a nerd knows, San Diego Comic-Con has Hall H and like a bunch of different screenings for new movies and different things like that. Now, I feel like it used to be more prominent because now like Disney has D23 Expo and DC has DC Fandom in October.
Right.
So that's most likely where all of their information is really going to come. However, we did get some stuff for Marvel.
Yes, we did.
First and foremost, before we even skip there, if you look on our screen.
Hold on 1 second.
Sure.
I'm just going to close this window before. I'm closing Discord so it doesn't pop up. All right. Sorry.
Cool.
Continue.
So before we even get into that, as you can see on the screen, we have a website now.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Our ACAST website.
Yeah, let's go. So if you want to check out previous episodes and stuff like that, you can totally check it out right there.
Yep.
We greatly appreciate that. And don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, hit that notification bell. It really helps us out a lot. We appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you very much. So let's get into it. The first things first, I would like to say that I think we're in conjunction and in unison as a fandom and as a group of people who like Marvel and DC. Particularly with this Marvel Phase 4, it really wasn't living up to the hype. We started off with WandaVision and we're ending with Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And now, have you seen that trailer?
It's just like poor Chadwick Boseman,
Seriously. Honestly, like I really do feel that like when I watched the trailer and all I could think about is that, man, Chadwick should have been here for this. And like you're having a Black Panther movie without Black Panther. Like obviously I know that Shuri, and I think everybody knows that Shuri is gonna take over because you saw the claws in the.
Well, I don't know now. Like
you don't know.
Well, after the whole debacle before.
Oh, with the anti-vax stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but she's still like the lead, and she's still in the movie, and COVID's not really a thing anymore. And in the sense that like everyone's like in lockdown, wearing masks all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously, still out there. I'm not ignorant, but I'm just saying like. People are on movie sets and it's not as big of a deal as it was. So I don't know if they even have grounds to do anything. I mean, I know I'm worried about this movie because Phase 4 has been kind of poopy.
It's been very poopy.
And this movie went through production hell.
Yeah. Like
it had to be rewritten, reshoots, delays, it's crazy. So I'm keeping an open mind to to see if it'll be good or not. But, I also don't want to shit on it, especially because of Chadwick. I don't want to shit on it right away. Like, it is his legacy. So you can see what, let's see what they do with it,
Guess.
But it's ending with that. I mean, we had WandaVision, which was decent. It was good.
WandaVision was, other than maybe Loki, like was the only good Marvel show that came out.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Moon Knight originally, but then I really thought about it, and I was like, I don't like Moon Knight.
I fought with a critical mind, and I was like,
Well, yeah, I realized that I saw a video that said that the Moon Knight like character and costume was only in 20 minutes of the series or something like that.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, oh, that's a problem. Like, you know, it's called Moon Knight for a reason, but it's really just Steven and and Steven's girlfriend. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? She gets more action than he does in his own damn show. So it's like one of those things. And then Hawkeye, I couldn't care less, no offense, but like it's just like the only cool thing is that they brought in Kingpin. You know, that's like the only
Yeah.
thing. And then we're also getting She-Hulk soon. The only thing I'm excited about She-Hulk now is I know that Daredevil is in it, which we'll get to, which is cool. And then yeah, Doctor Strange was a little disappointing. Thor was absolutely terrible.
Did you actually see 4?
Yeah, I did. It was bad.
Oh no.
I wish I didn't spend the money.
Oof.
I wish it was on Disney Plus and I didn't spend the money. I would have, if I knew, I would have gladly waited the however long until it's on there. Like it was supposed to be fun. It was supposed to be like enjoyable and relaxing, like a turn your brain off type of movie. But they sacrificed all story, like in all like drama for jokes. It's really cringe. Like, and the jokes aren't even good. Like, all of them are pretty lame. Like, I don't think my theater really laughed like once. I might have chuckled like at something once, you know. Like, honestly, like I left that movie very like, oh, okay,
You know what's really bad because I'm on Tumblr, right?
sure.
And like Tumblr has such a hate boner from Marvel movies now. It's like what was it? I saw the post today, and it's like 2 guys could kiss, and I will still say that's not gay rep in a Marvel movie. I was like, wow, God. We're really just going in on
that's ridiculous, though. And like, I don't know. I mean, listen, like the only 2 good things, in my opinion, that made any difference to the Phase 4, right, was Spider-Man: No Way Home. That's a precedent. That's a precedent that Spider-Man is no longer like a key figure in the MCU like he was. Like no one knows who he is. He's like a street level hero, and stuff. Like they know of him and he participated, but they don't know Peter Parker anymore. There's no relationships anymore. There's no tech access, you know.
Clean slate.
Yeah, which was great for his character. I thought that was amazing, and I love his new suit. I'm excited to see what they do while he's in college. I hope Zendaya is not in that movie. And not because I don't like her and I don't like her MJ or whatever. It's just that like they just took her out, you know?
Yeah.
You can't throw Ned and her and Ned too. They can't throw either of them into the next movie. Otherwise it just diminishes it. And No Way Home was a good film, so I want them to at least stick it out for a little bit.
# Black Cat.
That's what I want. That's what I want. I thought like we never see Black Cat, so it's like that'd be a cool love interest for him, but I heard it's gonna be some bullshit, like some mutant or something. Or no. It's gonna be the little person character. I heard rumors.
Little person character.
There's this character in not to get off topic, but there's in this brief era of Spider-Man or whatever. There was this time where he was going to college, and there's this little person. I hope that's the right term. That is like a super genius there. She's an adult. She's just a super genius.
Okay.
And Peter starts a relationship with her at some point. They were friends, and then they become like a couple. I don't know how long it sticks for. I heard rumors that she was gonna be in the film and be the love interest. I don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if they do, I don't know. I heard rumors that they're gonna, but I don't know. They always change things, you know. Like I'm sure she wouldn't be the same. Right. Like it'd be a different character who's also a genius.
She will become the Hobgoblin. Ooh,
yeah. I actually want Ned to be the Hobgoblin now that he has magic. I think that'd be a cool, interesting take on a goblin character that has magic. I thought that'd be kind of cool. But that's for the future anyway. But I hope it's Black Cat instead. I really do. There's rumors about that too for a while, or especially early when this movie first came out.
Yeah.
So I hope Black Cat is the new, at least for now. Let him do like 2 movies at least. If he's not doing a 9-part series, trilogy, you know, 9 movies. What is that called? A saga? Would that be considered a saga?
I mean, I guess.
If he's not gonna do the 9-movie saga where he's like, you know, high school, college, and then an adult out in the world, right? If he's not gonna do that and he wants to quit after like the 3rd or second, whatever, another trilogy or whatever, and have Miles do it, at least bring her in for the 2nd film in that trilogy, or Mary Jane. I mean, Zendaya. At least bring her in for the second or third movie for that to close the bookend, but don't bring her in the fourth one. That's kind of stupid. But anyway, I like that show. And then Loki obviously is the most important show of Phase 4 so far, because it deals with Kang, and it deals the one above all, but in reality it's just Kang, and it deals with the multiverse. And the only reason why any of this stuff is happening is because of Loki in the first place. So I think that was the most important show. So in front of us here, you'll see that there is a list for Phase 5. Now, I think they did a course correction, dude.
Did they?
I think so, because we were originally supposed to end Phase 4 with Fantastic Four. We're not getting Fantastic Four until the beginning of Phase 6.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I think they're course correcting a little bit and having things tie in more. So the first two shows are very telling about like what's like literally, honestly, it's extremely telling about what's going to happen. Okay.
I'm having like a whiplash sort of thing,
Yeah.
because I see Secret Invasion and I'm like, okay, something with the scroll probably, right?
No, 100%.
And then I look up and if I squint my eyes, I'm like, is that the Dragon Ball logo? Like,
Oh, the first one?
Yeah, like
so that's Ant-Man.
That's Ant-Man?
Yeah, so Ant-Man, so like there's two paths that they're going in that's been rumored for a while. That one side of the Marvel universe will be cosmic and one side will be
Microscopic.
like ground level.
Oh.
Like not microscopic, but ground level. And in the sense that like, okay, like, oh, like Captain America and like the spy agency type, Thunderbolts and stuff like that, heroes will be on one side.
Yeah.
And then you'll have like Thor, the Lokis, the cosmic, and Eternals or whatever. So and like the two first beginning stuff of Phase 5 is telling of that. So look, so you have Quantum Mania. Quantum Mania has already been determined to be the villain is Kang the Conqueror already. So one of the versions of Kang is the villain of this movie. And I've heard rumors of the trailer that came out during San Diego Comic-Con where Scott goes to Kang. He's like, oh, well, I'm an Avenger. And he's like, oh, you're an Avenger? He's like, have I killed you before? Because he's fought the Avengers multiple times and has murdered them is overall this version of Kang. So Kang is the villain of Quantumania, which is obviously the main villain of the whole like saga of the multiverse saga. So he's like the introductory to the cosmic and like the main threat, right? Mm-hmm. Then you have next Secret Invasion, which is like the ground level threat. So we have the Skrulls, we have multiple cameos. Apparently the show is supposed to be like an Avengers movie on a TV show. It's supposed to be like cameos, cameo heavy. It's like a Civil War type event. Type of thing.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I don't know either, but we'll play it by ear, right?
Okay.
And then we have Guardians of the Galaxy will be a cosmic because they just are in space, but it's more self-contained, and this is the last Guardians movie that's coming out. Then we have Echo, which ties into the Hawkeye show. She was an assassin character on there, so she's having a show too. And the only reason why I care about the show also is because there's rumors that Daredevil will be in it. So that's cool. Because I do love Daredevil.
So basically what you're telling me is after these shows air, you're going to go on YouTube and go
look up the Daredevil
Echo
scenes.
Daredevil scenes.
Yeah, 100. No. I'll find out what episode he appears in, and I'll watch up until that point. And once he's no longer relevant, I checked out. Yeah, I'm outing out. And then we have Loki, which also goes back. So that's also self-contained, as you know. And then we have Loki, which will obviously deal with Kang once more in some fashion, which is the cosmic level of it.
Now, are you telling me this or are you theorizing?
I'm theorizing this, but I'm almost positive that's how it's going to go.
I can't wait for you to be disappointed.
Yeah, I know, right?
I can't wait. It's going to be like some stupid bullshit.
Oh, I don't expect greatness. I'm just telling you this is what the plan is supposed to be.
Okay.
From what I'm gathering from this.
All right.
So, and then the Marvels, I have no fucking idea what that movie is going to be about, honestly. I just know that Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and Monica Rambeau will be in that film.
An alternate universe Captain
because
Marvel.
Captain Marvel on her own couldn't carry, right? So they said because originally it's evident because this was supposed to be Captain Marvel 2, and then they changed it to the Marvels because she can't carry her own movie overall because that character, the way it's portrayed in the MCU, sucks.
Now what's Blade?
Now Blade is a movie that came out years ago. It's about this vampire who's a vampire hunter.
Oh my! Is that Blade?
Yeah.
Oh.
So oh my god, who plays him? The internet's gonna roast me. Oh, Wesley Snipes, right? So Wesley Snipes is not Blade anymore. It's the dude from Moonlight.
Really?
That, you know what I'm talking
I
about.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's the new Blade. And he was actually, I don't know if you saw Eternals. I didn't see Eternals, but I just know from like reviews and stuff that like there's this scene with Dane Whitman, who is Black Knight, and he's about to pick up the sword. He's like, "You sure you want to do that, Mr. Whitman?" And that was supposed to be Blade in general. So there you go. So, and then we have Ironheart, who will be in Black Panther too. She's already in the trailer, which is
she's the Iron Man.
Well, yeah,
Subordinate,
kind of, yeah,
successor.
Yeah. And then we have Agatha, because I could literally give two shits about Agatha.
Yeah, why is that on there?
I don't know. I don't know why she has her own show. I don't think anybody really wanted this, but sure. I mean, whatever.
This is like, because I don't know if this was people joking or this is actually in the works. This is like with Star Wars, where like, oh yeah, Reva's getting her own show.
Yeah,
and I'm like, why?
I watched the CinemaSins, like Everything Wrong with episode 6 of Obi-Wan. Just that one particularly, right?
Yeah.
And it made 2 points of saying, like, when Obi-Wan was talking to that guy who was like, "I'm just getting started." The dude was like, they might as well have just put in captions, "Such and such show coming soon," right? And the same thing with Reva. It's called Revamped or something. It was funny. I recommend you guys watch that video. It was funny.
God.
But yeah, I don't know why she's getting her own show. Maybe it'll title Wanda and what the hell happened to her. So perhaps that's interesting. But other than that, I don't really care. And then Daredevil is the only show, honestly, that I give 2 fucks about in this Phase 5 series. Note that there's not that many. I mean, I guess there's more. Is there more movies? Yeah, there's more movies than shows. Never mind. So I won't say
Well,
that.
this is Phase 5. So.
Yeah. However, Daredevil has an 18-episode series. I'm curious to see if they pick up from where Season 3 left off in on the Netflix show. Or if they're gonna do like this multiversal, like, oh, that was just another reality. This is the same. This one looks like the same Matt Murdock, but he's different. I don't know. They might do that, sure. And but it's like it's supposed to be like a soft reboot of Daredevil in this show.
Yeah.
And I'm nervous and excited at the same time. I mean, I hope they don't fuck it, but I'm praying that it's the same writers and stuff that did the first show. So hopefully they can make that really good. And the fact that it's 18 episodes, the longest out of any of the shows, is interesting to me.
Okay. So, I don't give a shit. I just don't care. I see the names and I'm like, that font looks neat. But like,
yeah, nothing in here is really like, I mean, the only thing, honestly, is Loki and Daredevil. The only. I guess Secret Invasion has potential, but like.
But I've been burned already too many times to be like it has potential. Yeah. Obi-Wan had potential,
they
like
fucked Obi-Wan up.
Moon Knight had potential.
They fucked that up.
It's like this is
apparently Moon Knight's only a one-off too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh man,
it's even worse. Like just put like fucking salt in the wound.
Yeah, it's just like Disney's not doing a good job with these properties, and it feels like I'm just tired of all this because it's these stories are not good. The like constant referential nonsense is getting tiring, and like it's so almost microfocal of like why does there have to be an Agatha show? Why does there have to be like a so and so show? Like, yeah, they were a cool character. I don't need to know their entire fucking backstory.
They just want money on Disney.
I know they do.
Yeah. You know what the saddest thing is? And I think like I watched this video today and I noticed like, I think like we're just getting to the point and it's like hard to accept because we thought like we'd be part of these movies forever because we started them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how old were we when this first came out? Like, like 13?
Yeah.
When Iron Man came out? Not even, right?
When did Iron
Man came out in 2008?
Did it really? Was that long
I graduated middle school in 2010. So put that in perspective. Like, yeah, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was old.
So it's like, think about how young we were. So we thought like we would grow up. We grew up with these movies. Like Endgame was like a culmination of the childhood, right?
Yeah.
And then like we just assumed that it would grow with us, right? But the thing is that I think they've abandoned us for children. I think the thing is that we're maturing and becoming adults, and these movies are not maturing with us. Like if you look, I saw a video on this. Like if you look at The Boys, right? Like The
Yeah.
Boys is like a show that deals with like real world things and like mature themes, right?
Mm.
Yeah, it has a lot of like sex and nudity and like gore and blood and whatever, you know,
Yeah.
and cuss words and whatever. But at the end of the day, it's an amazing story about real world problems. Like no, like villains could be good and bad, and heroes can be good and bad. You know, like
Right,
real
right.
people. You know what I mean? And like some people are capable of anything, you know. And it has really good characters, and they all have motivations, and they all have their own stories and like their own goals, right?
Mm.
So it's different. And then this is becoming this thing where it's the same movie. It's like the same. It's like Ghost template for audio. It's like the same template, different song, right? And it's like that works for him in that regard, but not for something like this where you're having like, you know, you're trying to have a cohesive story. It's like I liked Shang-Chi, but it still had that same Marvel origin story vibe. Like
Yeah.
I watched Iron Man 1 not that long, a couple weeks ago, and I was like holy shit, this movie fucking rocks.
Right, yeah.
I'm like, you know what I mean?
It's
I'm like,
so crazy looking at the tone of Iron Man 1.
I had forgotten like what Marvel was when we first started this thing.
Yeah, it was a movie.
I was like, holy shit, yeah, because they just let Jon Favreau do his thing. Now Kevin, I don't even.
Feige.
I know his last name is Feige. I was trying to think of something clever.
Yeah.
But but now that Feige is just like, no, you can't make your movie. You got to make my movie, and your name is just attached to it. Like you just start to lose. Like,
Is he the guy doing that? Those calling those shots?
yeah, he controls all of this now.
Really?
All of it. He controls all of it. So the way his story is, it's his story at the end of the day. It's just directors are attached to it to make it look nice, which is honestly not something that happens very often these days. These movies are looking cheaper and cheaper by the second. You know what I mean? They don't have good CGI. Like Thor CGI was almost like, it was like shocking.
Like embarrassing.
Yeah, it was bad.
Hmm.
It was really bad. Like there were parts that are just like, wow, this looks not good at all. And it's just like even Taika called it out himself when he was doing his thing for like,
Yeah,
fucking
that was
Vogue or
a
whatever.
real dick
He's like,
move.
does that look real?
That
or
was a
whatever.
real dick, but I feel so bad for those CGI artists.
Yeah, but I'm just like it shows like the lack of care. You know what I mean? Not in the CGI artist, but just like, dude, you're a part of the post-production process. Like,
I don't know if it's. I mean, it might be a lack of time, honestly.
well, I know they're overworked. I don't blame the CGI teams, like, because they have, look how much shit they gotta do.
Yeah, right.
I don't, and this is just like these things are not even close to coming out yet compared to what's still coming out.
Yeah, right.
They still got She-Hulk. They still got Black Panther. Like, oh my goodness, like I can't even imagine. And they have like all of this Avengers titles that, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then Captain America, dude, I just don't care, man.
Yeah.
I just don't care. I don't really like.
That's the theme for this podcast. I
Yeah.
don't care. Like,
I just don't. I don't give a shit. Like, I kind of just wish they kept Falcon. Like, it's not. I know he becomes Captain America in the comics. I know he does, but it's just like one of those things where he can kind of have an individuality as Falcon. You know what I mean? And explore like different, like coming out of Captain America's shadow, for example, and becoming his own thing.
instead
like,
of embracing the shadow.
yeah, like, and I mean, they did that in the Falcon and Winter Soldier, like how it was kind of like he didn't want it in the first place, you know. And I do like the suit. I do like that. I did like that series, kind of. Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
It wasn't that bad, honestly. Like, it wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't bad either compared to everything else. I mean, I don't know. Let's see how everything else goes before I even say anything about that. And then they're doing like Thunderbolts. It's not on here. That's like a Dark Avengers type thing. Even though the Thunderbolt Ross actor it passed away. So it's like, I don't even know what the fuck they're doing.
Oh
with
yeah,
that.
you know what time it is? It's time to get some deepfakes and some corpse arriving.
Because he's Red Hulk. So if they do that, that'd be wild. If they did that, I feel like they should have just said this is Dark Avengers and called it a day. But
No, now
whatever.
that you've seen the technology of Luke, it's like, all right,
Yeah,
anyone can be brought
it's,
back.
It's true. It's true. But yeah, and then this will end up leading into Avengers, the King Dynasty. Oops, nice. The King Dynasty. This is the 5th Avengers film that will come out. I think it said 2025. And then within the same year, Avengers Secret Wars will come out as well.
Yep.
So yeah, that's Marvel right now, and you can tell by our tone and like our like
don't give a
Yeah.
shit.
you
Like,
know, I know these things because I just look up this shit, and I have like YouTubers that I watch that are talking about it. So it's like, and I enjoy listening to them. So it's not so much that like I really don't care about these anymore. I've kind of checked out.
I like listen. Literally, the only reason why I'm going onto Disney Plus is like, boy, I can't wait for the second half of the Owl House. That is where I'm at. Like Star Wars, fuck it. Marvel, don't give a shit. Like it's all the only good content I've been seeing so far out of these Disney things has been from the animation side.
Yeah. Yeah, like if I want to watch a Pixar movie or a Disney movie,
Yeah.
or if I want to watch, like, I don't know.
Speaking of which, I haven't watched it yet, but I've been seeing teasers for it. There's this animated movie on Netflix called The Sea Beast.
I haven't seen anything about it.
It's kind of like this Pixar-y thing, but it's like Monster Hunter-ish.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I gotta see if it's actually good.
Oh, you know what I just watched? You reminded me?
What?
I watched it in literally 2 days. I finished Vinland Saga.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Fuck this Marvel shit. Yeah, Vinland Saga. All right.
Can I just say I loved it? I
Yes!
loved it. Thorfinn!
Yes! Yes. Okay. Okay. This for people who are listening, you might have to go back to our season 1 stuff, but we talked about this before, and I was very kind of brief about it because I didn't want to be spoilers.
Yeah.
But now that you've watched it, Forkel
Yeah.
is the coolest motherfucker.
Thorkel is sick, dude. Oh, Thorfinn! He's like all of it was sick. Like the character developments and like Prince Canute. Oh, Prince Canute got sick. I was like, what a little bitch. But then he got
literally
sick.
Griffith.
That whole fight, that whole like debacle with What Is Love was so interesting.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, yo, this man just had a fucking awakening.
Yeah.
Like dead ass. Like, oh my god.
The whole thing was like God's love, and it's like,
yeah, it's
oh
like
my God.
what is love? Like the whole time, and like the theme is like comes up with that priest like occasionally or
Yeah.
a monk or whatever he is, and I'm like, it's the ending of it when he finally explains what it is.
Yeah.
And everything was like really sick. I was like, that's pretty cool. I'm like, that's an interesting take, a very what's the word for it? Like a pessimistic take on life for sure.
But it's very like also like
like a-
self-actualization.
It's like very objectively neutral. Like
Yeah.
like there's no emotion to that response. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like an objective point of view of like what love is. And it's like I liked it a lot. I thought that was really cool, like the Canute stuff, especially since like I just came off of watching Last Kingdom and Vikings Valhalla.
Yeah.
Vikings Valhalla is literally about Canute
Yeah.
becoming king of England.
And then you see him here again.
And then you
It's
see him here again. I'm like, I know this shit. Like that's what made it cooler, I think, is that like if I watched it like maybe a year or two ago, I maybe wouldn't have enjoyed it as much because I wasn't into Norse stuff as like Danes and like the Vikings as much.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything. But now, like going into it, like seeing what's his name, Ragnar. You know what I mean? And like I'm like, I know who that is, and I'm like, overall,
watch him get fucking bodied.
yeah, by Oscar Lad, right?
Oscar Lad is such a
He's
fucking
such
cool
a good character, man. There's all of it is sick, and I heard the manga's sick. I heard like
Yes.
that's just a prologue, like that's
Yes.
crazy. The fact that it hasn't gone to season 2 yet is honestly like
It's coming.
It is coming.
It is coming.
I'm hyped. I should just wait then.
Yeah.
I should just wait then. I was gonna read the manga, but maybe I shouldn't.
Season 2 or where the manga goes is so wild.
I heard it's wild. I heard like there's some. I heard like because the ending of the show hit me for like a whirlwind. I'm like, who are these people? But I heard they're gonna be relevant for like the future.
Yes.
So like I went on Reddit and like I didn't get anything spoiled for myself, but I was just like because people actually were respectful on Reddit and were trying to stay away from the spoilers.
Yeah.
So no one ever spoiled too much. All I know is that Thorfinn and Canute will return and they both have character development.
Yes, they do.
That's all I know.
Oh, yes, they do.
And I'm sure they do. I'm sure because the show's pretty dark. Honestly, like that show is very inspirational for my own story. Like it was giving me ideas and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Speaking of which,
oh, yeah.
I should probably mention this real
Yeah.
quick before we get into anything. So for months now, I've been working on this webtoons call to action contest thing. Do you want to pull it up actually?
Am I able to pull it up?
If you go on Instagram and you click the link in my story, you can.
All right, hang on, everybody. Let's get this Marvel trash out of here.
Yeah, just go on IG.
Ugh.
This is my submission for the call to action contest for Webtoon. So if you win, you get money and you get a contract to be an original with Webtoon. I said, fuck it, why not?
Yep.
So I did it. It took me months. I'm really proud of it. It's not perfect, but it's a complete saga, and I think a good majority of the art is pretty good. I think the story's pretty good.
Here's a quick preview.
Yeah, great.
Don't
spoil too much.
No, you have the positive. You don't want to see what's going on here.
Yeah,
but it looks pretty hype.
Yeah, scroll a little bit. You can show the first few pages.
I'll show the first few pages.
Yeah, so you can see like I really tried to make it legit. There's blood in the air. Price of war is taking its toll. It continues to want more. That's my main character, Tomomi. He's a dope character. I'm excited to explore more. That's Zen. And you can see, like, I really went in the hard in the paint, the text, and everything. Tried to make it as legit as I possibly could as a newbie,
Yeah.
And
I do say this is some of your best stuff. It's
Thank
really,
you.
I mean, I love the coloring. You really got the dynamic shading going on.
Thank you. I tried to make it gritty. Like that was like the type of goal that I had. Like I have try to make it gritty. And go through the motion. So
yeah, my only thing is you just gotta use another program for the text. You can't use clip. You gotta use something else.
Why is it the text bad?
It's not bad.
Because I got it from I thought it was decent for the text.
I think it feels a little limited. Like there's a little bit of stiltedness to it. I feel like if you use
there's actually a website I can show you later that has free text.
Oh.
That's comic, like the booms and the booms and kapows and stuff. That's one of them. It's called Batado or Batadoom or something, like the slash, for example.
This is fine. That looks good.
That's free off this website. I'll plug it next podcast because I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'll plug it next podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see it going down and stuff. It's I really put my heart and soul into it. I've been working years on this story.
Yeah.
And now months on this one project called Gravity. And I'm really excited about it.
So if you have a Webtoons account, you should go find it.
Yes,
and
please.
You should read it, and you will hopefully like it and give it a like.
Yes, like, subscribe, please comment. It's 40% of the grade is engagement, so I truly would appreciate it. I really put my heart and soul into it and my time and effort. So it, honestly, it's gotten good reception so far from the people that have seen it. So I'm really proud of it. I'm really happy that I was able to get it out in time and really do this.
And you're gonna bet that link is in the description.
Yes, it'll be in the description. If you want to check my Instagram, it's there as well. Instagram /Azrael, I'm pretty sure it is. And yeah, it's in there. Stories. I'm gonna be promoting it for a long time. Hopefully, maybe one day you'll even see it on your feed one day. Hopefully, you know, because it's gonna get that popular.
Let's hope, man.
It's gonna get that popular. So I'm going for the gold. It's just because the worst they can say is no, but you gotta at least put your 110% in, right?
Yep.
So I'm really proud of it. Thank you guys. I'd appreciate it very much. Now, shameless plug out of the way. Yes, thank you.
All right, now back to Drivel.
What were we talking about?
We were talking
Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga.
Yeah,
oh no,
Vinland.
not Drivel. Goodness.
Yeah, it's Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga. Yeah, that show is all right. So for anyone who doesn't know, I'm not gonna spoil anything because this is literally in the freaking Netflix summary. So if you go on the summaries, I'm pretty sure this is just what they tell you. So it's about this character named Thorfinn, who
it's on Amazon Prime.
It's on Netflix too.
It's on Netflix now?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's where I watched it.
Oh, nice.
So it's about this character in the Viking, Saxon, Dane era.
Yeah.
Called Thorfinn. And he is a Viking that is on a revenge path because his father was murdered. Yeah. And that's all I will say. And it's fucking fire, dude. It's so good. All the characters are so likable.
Yeah.
The storyline is so great. And the intricate plans and the politics of it is so great. And honestly, it really blew me away. It's dark, very Berserk-esque. You know what I mean?
I mean,
inspired. For sure.
I talked about this when we were mentioning it on the way earlier podcast, but first off, you understand now what I mean, where I feel like Axelad is the real main character instead of Thorfinn.
Yeah, he was for the prologue because I think he really was. Askeladd was the main character of the prologue pretty much. Thorfinn was a secondary for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously now I'm assuming that Thorfinn will
Now-
take more
now
of a,
Thorfinn
yeah,
becomes a-
Thorfinn
yeah.
will take a more of a lead role.
Because
That was really just a prologue.
yes, it was a prologue.
It was just like this is how we got here.
Yep.
Type type
exactly,
of thing.
Exactly.
So, which I actually really liked. I didn't expect that. And it I don't want to. It's hard to talk about without spoiling it, and I don't want to spoil it actually because it really is like a treasure that you should watch on your own.
Yeah. You also just reminded me. Also recently, we talked about this on the episode 15 of the podcast, the Heartbreakers Deluxe. We talked about sad things.
Yeah.
So I talked about a manga / anime called Land of the Lustrous.
Yes.
Right. And where I left off was that there was a hiatus going on. That was a purposeful hiatus because it was like the last panel was like, we will see you in 10,000 years sort of thing. And everyone's like, fuck. Like, you know?
Yeah.
And recently it's came back and oh my God, the shit that's been happening. It's in only like 2 chapters.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking mind-boggling because just this path that the main character has gone through, like they're completely unrecognizable. Like you can, if I showed you a side by side, you'd be like, that's not the same character. That's literally, it's been from Genki cute girl who's like, I want to explore thing, to the Yefik being with a halo and like, I'm going to kill you all sort of thing. And you're like
what happened?
How do we get here?
Yeah, how do we get here? Yeah.
And it's a story where every chapter you're kind of just like what pain are we gonna go for this week?
Yeah, like what misery will my heart feel?
Like, oh my God, I've never seen a character get so like beaten down before, and you're like, can't she have a break?
Kaneki was pretty beaten down as a character in Tokyo Ghoul.
No,
Not
even close.
Not even close,
dude. 10,000 years.
I know.
10,000 years. Like
that's a long time. So it just time skipped those years, pretty much.
Kind of. I mean, you get like a brief like snapshot of like what literally every single other person is doing, but the main character, and you want to get one panel of the main character like, oh, on a beach. You're like, oh, so that's been them. That's and it's just in like I feel like I think there's only 10 more chapters left
till the end. Wow.
And I'm like, I it feels like an ending because like I feel like this has become the final evolution of the character.
Yeah.
But I'm like, 10 chapters is also enough for something to happen. So it's like, oh please, please give Phosphorite a happy ending. Please. They deserve it at this point. Come on.
I know what you mean. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, with Vinland Saga, the deaths really got me too. Like a lot of deaths were like really impactful and like, you know, emotional and stuff.
I think I mean, not even like major deaths. I think this is kind of spoiled, but it's an early episode. So after he's joined with Askeladd and they raid a village. Yeah. It's like after, because the woman and the daughter take care of him kind of. Yeah. And then like when they finally board and raid the village, you see like just her face of betrayal.
Just like, it's just like, I should have left you to.
Yeah. And like, it's like, like, dang, like it's because there's no holds bar of this series. Like everyone is game to get fucked. Like,
and that's the best type of shows, man, where no one is fucking safe. That is the best type of show.
And it's not like because
it's real.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like it's not like an edginess to it either. It's not like a everyone suffer. It's not like a comment look kill. You know, it's like not like that. But
it's just that
it's real. It's like this has happened.
Exactly. It's just that this shit kind of happens. You never know when's your time. And when you're in a really rough world, like it's fair game, dude. When you put yourself in that position, like it's fair game. Yeah. So it's like one of those things, and it's a good show. I really enjoyed it a lot.
Thorkel's a great character. Thorkel's still my favorite.
I like Thorkel a lot.
He like all this realism, and then this.
He just don't give. Yeah, seriously though, can we just talk about that? Like how the show's pretty like on the nose of realism. Like
Yeah.
it's all right. Like, you know, and then you just have this fucking behemoth who's throwing trees like miles
Right.
far. It's like,
Who's sinking ships by throwing logs? It's
yeah,
like, "Doo."
it's just like launching them like a freaking like a missile launcher or something. It's insane. I'm like, bro, and it's so unrealistic, but I love it at the same time. It's anime, so who gives a shit? But it's funny. I do like how it went like the gore though. The gore is realistic, which is nice.
It's
Like you get sliced up, like not like these like not like oh this like when I don't know when some certain characters slice through armor, like a helmet and armor and literally slice them in half. Like that's unrealistic, but.
When you can say 4 kill.
It wasn't though.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I know you're right. I forgot.
So
you're right.
Yeah. So it's just like it just I'm like okay, but it's amazing. So it's excused.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I'm really happy you caught up with Vinland Saga.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Recently, my sister finally finished watching Castlevania.
Oh, what'd she think?
She was like texting me while watching it. And it would just be like updates, and like she like, you know, she's like, oh, like I like Outcard, man, like he's really cool. I was like, yeah, he's pretty cool. And it's like I'm glad he has some friends now. I'm like, yeah.
Oh God. No.
And then like she went for season 4, and she's like, I think I really like Cypher. She's my favorite character. And I'm like, I like Varney. I was like, Varney. I'm like, Varney's my favorite character. It's like, why? I'm like, you know, it's Varney.
Yeah.
And then literally I'm like, I teased. I was like, there's one moment where you're gonna text me and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? And I'm gonna be excited. So she's like, okay. It's like, is it gonna be like when Trevor and them all reunite? It's like, no. And then she's like, okay. And then like I'm middle doing something, I get a text like, death.
Yeah, dude, honestly, I was so hyped when I was watching that.
Oh, so
Season
good.
4 was good. Season 3 was like a lull.
It's a setup, really.
It's a setup, but I appreciate it. I was really upset at it, and it took me a long time to watch it. We talked about this, but I was appreciative of the ending. It really worked out. Getting back on topic.
Yeah, I know
we went off a little bit of a
we
tangent.
can't postpone it any longer. We have to go back. All right.
So continuing on with our San Diego Comic-Con stuff, we have DC and Warner Brothers, which we have a big stuff to talk about.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think the only real movie that's coming out from them now is Shazam, Black Adam, and Flash. And we have a trailer for Black Adam. So
we do.
We could take a look at it. Why don't we?
Yep.
Yep. So this is Black Adam's. Oh, great.
Oh. It's like, no, you ain't.
All right. Well, this is Black Adam's origins.
Oh my. What?
Oh, boy.
What? I've never seen that error.
Try refreshing it and see what happens. This is live and.
Wow. That's wild.
Okay.
That's wild.
So.
Oh my God.
All right, so we don't have the trailer.
I have never. It must be the Rodecaster. Maybe that's
it
what's
must be
doing
the
it. But
Rodecaster.
all right, you
All
know
right,
what?
So we don't have the trailer, but
I'll put it in post. We'll put a nice big old image of Black Adam.
Black Adam is a character that's like Shazam, but he's old as fuck, and this is his origin story. And Hawkman will be in it, and Dr. Fate, which is cool, will be in it.
Now The Rock's playing him, right?
Yeah, so that's cool too. And he's kind of like taking it upon himself to try to bring back Superman so they could fight, which is one thing that we all expected from here. So that was a rumor that Henry Cavill will return to announce his Superman returning.
Mm-hmm.
He was not there for that at all. He wasn't even present, I don't think. So that was a blunder by them. It was kind of underwhelming. I think they only showed Black Adam, Shazam, and maybe a Flash trailer, maybe. And I don't even think they did, honestly. But this is not why they're coming under fire lately. They're coming under fire because there's a lot of things that are going on. So first things first, as of this week, Batgirl is canceled. It's not coming out, and I know why. So
you got the inside scoop?
I do, because I've done a lot of research on it, because I'm like, what's happening here? So there's a few things that that is interesting, okay?
Okay.
They spent $90 million on this movie already, and it's already done. It was like
it's already done.
It's already done. They were like 95% done in post.
Oh,
So why was it canceled then, you ask, right? Well, a couple things were coming out. So they mentioned that they test screened it, and they said it was so poorly received that they couldn't drop it.
oh my God.
So that's one thing that came out, right? And at first everyone thought that was bullshit, but then multiple reports came out that said the same thing, that it was received very poorly, the cut that they made, that they couldn't drop it. So normally though, that's not necessarily a huge red flag, because that's the whole point why you have screenings. It was only screened once. So they could have made another edit, they could have done reshoots, they could have fixed it, right? Secondly, they also mentioned that they no longer want to continue with Warner Brothers' previous plan. So they were going to revamp the series, have Michael Keaton be Batman, have Batgirl take over as the new Batman-like figure, and have Supergirl take over as the Superman-like figure, and have the Holy Women Trinity, and do this whole new thing with Justice League, right? And all this different stuff. That was like what the rumor is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like off of leaks and like reporters who have inside scoops were saying that's similar, because that's where the Flash was going, right?
Yeah.
But that's not even the real reason why they canceled this movie. Right? Because you might think to yourself, all right, well, this movie was originally slated for HBO so that they can get more HBO Max subscribers, right? Because that's their streaming service, right? Then they were going to do a theatrical release and then drop it on HBO Max. So you're thinking, all right, well, if it's not good enough for the movies, why not drop it on HBO Max, right? Well, they're saying they're only focusing on blockbuster movies for the future.
Yeah.
So big blockbuster movies, and they felt this wasn't making the cut. That's one of the reasons as well, right? But then Warner Brothers came out and really said what the real reason was, and it has all to do with taxes. So
yep, that's what I heard.
So pretty much the movie is canned because they can write it off as a loss.
Yep.
Because of the merger.
Yep.
And I don't recover the funds, I guess, or not entirely. Or
here's what happens, because we've seen this happen before. If you look back into your childhood, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Cartoon Network show Mega XLR?
Sure. It sounds familiar.
It's the one where it's like these two dude bros and they have a giant robot.
Sure.
And they fight other giant robots.
Sure.
It's a mecha anime, but it's a cartoon. Or actually, Legend of Korra.
Okay.
Right. They, for both the cases, they deemed it as failures, got the tax write-off on them.
Yes.
So they can recuperate lost funds.
Yes.
But those two shows can never air again.
And that's the same thing when it comes to this.
Yes.
However, Korra does air because it's on streaming platforms.
I don't. I think
it was on Netflix, and then if it's not still on Netflix, it's gonna be on Paramount Plus.
Maybe it's a television thing. I don't know.
Well, for this movie can never see the light of day.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're gonna be in real big trouble with the IRS.
Yeah.
So therefore, this movie will never see the light of day. It's done. Now there's rumors now that came out today that the Supergirl movie that they were planning is now done as well.
That's what. There's a lot of things. Discovery is coming in with a gun and just like poof, shooting in all these projects, and you're like, oh god, please, multiverses, come here.
Now listen, I really just think that they weren't vibing with what they were doing, and like, listen, we gave this a lot of shit because we were like, you can't replace Batman and Superman, you know what I mean, like in their respective roles. And now that didn't mean I didn't want these movies to come out. You know, it's not that I have a problem with Batgirl. I like Barbara Gordon's character.
Yeah.
I like Batgirl. I don't mind Kara Zor-El either. I don't mind Supergirl. You know, I don't care.
Yeah.
Make their movies. Let them do their thing. I have no issues with that. It was the issue of them replacing the two main characters of DC Comics, arguably the two most famous characters of all time in comics, like, you know, Batman and Superman. And that was like the why can't they coexist? And I was never really a fan of them bringing Michael Keaton back, because for some reason the old Warner Brothers has such a hard on for making Batman old as fuck. and if they were gonna use Michael Keaton, the total missed opportunity of doing a Batman Beyond film. A total missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are they whatever. I'm getting hyped. Never mind.
Gil.
And but the main kicker that people are making it upset about, and I do get the sentiment, is that like number one, like both of these women are people of color, and both their movies get fucked, right? And then they keep the demon known as Ezra Miller as the Flash.
So before we go on,
Yeah.
I wanted to show you this. So Warner Brother Discovery had a showcase of what they believe is the most iconic franchises, brands, and series and characters
Of Warner Brothers?
No, Discovery.
No, I know. Of
yes.
Warner Brothers, though, right?
So like brand wise, you got like HBO, Discovery, CNN, Cartoon Network, DC, Looney Tunes, right?
Yeah.
Franchises: Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Shark Week, Game of Thrones, 90 Day Fiance, and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
They're not wrong.
They're not wrong, right?
They're not wrong.
They're not wrong. And it's like, I don't know. It's like people are questioning. It's like, okay, now you say like Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman.
Yeah.
I noticed you didn't say DC. Like,
well, that's because, all right, so the Holy Trinity is what makes DC.
Yeah.
To some extent. Like, they're the heart of DC, is the Holy Trinity.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, those are the most popular IPs because they're the most popular DC characters.
Yeah.
They're literally deemed the Holy Trinity for a reason.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? The Trinity.
Yeah.
Like they are the Trinity. So it's like it's one of those things. And I think like it was dumb of Warner Brothers before they became Time Warner, the Warner Brothers Discovery, to replace the two main of the Trinity without really forming the Justice League.
Well, it was the whole thing was a mess.
That's the thing is like, but also at the same time, like, listen, they have Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Justice League Whedon version, and Zack Snyder version, but we don't talk about the Whedon version; it doesn't really exist.
Yeah.
So we'll just say Zack Snyder, right? And then they have Aquaman and Shazam, and then they have Birds of Prey, and then they have
Suicide Squad
1 and 2, and I'm like, they have this they have Black Adam coming out, Shazam 2, all in the DCEU, right? Why then would you just fuck everything? You have all these fucking characters now in this universe.
It's like a thing.
Commit.
It's a thing with companies, man. When like the new guy comes in, it's like burn the old stuff.
Yeah, but I understand. But just commit.
Nah.
Restore it then, because they were obviously like leaving. They were heading it towards like a path. But did you hear that Ben Affleck's coming back for Aquaman?
Why?
He's doing some shoots for Aquaman.
Why?
As Batman. Because apparently whenever Warner Brothers asks him to do Batman, despite anything, he'll do it. So it seems like
I thought he was done.
but apparently not. So that's the only good news that we got out of this, is that like he's coming. I'd prefer him over Michael Keaton. What the fuck is Michael Keaton's 60-something-year-old ass gonna do in Batman? That's why they're replacing him, because he doesn't want to do action scenes.
Yeah.
Or bulk. It's hard, and he's old.
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect. That was cool for a cameo. Like, he's gonna be in
but not for a carry.
He's gonna be in the Flash as Batman. I have no issues with it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But to be the Batman,
Yeah. No.
it makes no sense. And you have a perfectly fine Batman in Robert Pattinson that's being locked up by its own continuity. And it's like, I heard there's rumors of him being in the Flash now.
Oh.
He has a cameo in the Flash, and like a separate thing with Rob Pats. But let's talk about the Flash real quick.
I think my favorite thing about this graph is that like you have like, all right, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, and like the Game of Thrones universe, and then you have the 90 Day Fiance universe, and I'm like, isn't that our universe? Like, unless there's something we don't know about. Like, right?
It's like Rick and Morty intergalactic
TV,
multiversal TV.
That's also the thing too, because it was really bad timing because Multiverses just announced that they had an indefinite delay on Rick and Morty coming in.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
But they're like, no, don't worry. That it's a separate thing. It's not because of
what they're doing.
What Discovery is doing, you know?
Yeah.
But everyone's like...
But I'm happy. Honestly, at the end of the day, I feel really, really bad for Leslie Grace. Less for Sasha, who's playing Supergirl, because she's still going to be in The Flash.
Yeah.
and she can still appear in other things and have her own movie at some point or something, you know.
Yeah.
Like that's not necessarily like but Leslie Grace got really fucked because like she's already filmed, she's been hyping it up, everyone's been hyping it up,
Yeah.
the movie's about to wrap and be done and like ready for like release, and then even though they're not they weren't releasing it until after Flash because it's post Flash,
Yeah.
but still, and then the movie's just done, she'll never be Batgirl.
Can I at least have a copy for myself? Nope. We
No.
we deleted
Unless
the premiere
someone leaks
file.
it.
It's gone.
and like, you know, but the people are lying though, because if they said that even if it's like, I watched this video where they're like, just drop it, even if it's bad, we'll watch it, we'll hate it, we'll move on, it's fine. And I'm like, you're total dickheads, because if you hate it, they're not gonna want to drop a movie like that anyway.
They learned the lesson from Morbius.
They already have a really bad but they already have a bad rep that DC movies suck.
Yeah.
Because of Batman v Superman, because of a Justice League Whedon version, because of all these Suicide Squad 1. They have a bad Birds of Prey was alright. They have a bad rep for it now. So it's like they need to like, they're trying to like fix things now. And I really just think the best thing to do is to start clean. Clean.
I feel like, I don't know, that they're like they're independent films.
What, they're Black Label films? Like Joker and the Batman.
Yeah. I mean, like, they kind of...
Well, they do really well with their solo films.
Yeah.
Like with their DC content that has nothing to do with the DCEU.
Yeah.
It's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
And then anything that has to do with the DCEU, because there's no real plan, gets fucked.
Yeah.
But I think it's best to talk about our guy now. Our Toad.
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. You know, it's
All right,
like...
So a lot of people are up in arms about yeah. A lot of people are up in arms because, you know, Sasha, I forget her last name. I'm gonna say, I want to say Gaye, but I don't know if that's right.
I can't help you, man.
Let's say the actress Sasha, who's playing Supergirl, and then Leslie, who's playing Batgirl, are both people of color, right? And their movies got axed. And then this piece of Wonder Bread, who that's fucking gone on a tirade in Hawaii and is kidnapped or grooming this girl. And
oh yeah,
all these R. Kelly-esque type things. You know what I mean? He's literally like R. Kelly in real time.
Yeah, get one of these.
Yeah, it's like, and his movie's not only still coming out, but it's getting promotion and like.
I want the movie to come out, but like they got another likeness of an actor. It just deep faked him.
They really should just deep fake him. I really like
get the TV version of Flash, right, and just deep fake that actor's face onto Ezra Miller.
They spent $200 million on this movie, The Flash. $200 million. Like I understand the premise of like that you're a new you know, what's the word
Acquisition.
Well, yeah. So you're a new company, just acquired this big company with all these IPs, right?
Yeah.
And you have this big IP, one of the bigger ones, especially as of the last 10 years, The Flash, with his own first solo debut movie. And you have this character who's pre-established, and the movie's gonna have Michael Keaton in it, and it's gonna be wild, and like all these things, right?
But
yeah, but I understand the hesitance because they just bought. It's like you just bought a house, right? And then you found out everything in the house is fucked, and you just have to rebuild the house.
Yeah.
What do? Do you just like try to like keep the structure afloat, or do you rebuild the house when you just like spent this humongous loan on stuff? You know what I mean?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our Flash, the groomer.
Yeah, seriously. So it's like one of those situations. So I understand the premise, but at the same time, they're a multi-billion-dollar company that should really just take that fat L. They really should, and just like remake it. They really should just do it. They really should. They really should just remake it with somebody else, because I'm pretty sure he's like, they're looking for him. Like
they're looking for him. He's too fast.
But I'm just saying like they don't know where this guy is. Like press tours, interviews. How? They're gonna be like, oh, so I'm really excited to see you in the Flash, man. Is there a little girl behind you? Like, how are they gonna do interviews and not bring any of that up? And like not have bad press. Like I know the movie comes out in a year and they're really hoping to God that this blows over, but I just don't see it. He's been quiet for now. I don't know if maybe Warner Brothers has him in the basement or something, and they're like,
shut the fuck up.
like, shut the fuck up. Well, dude, you're not. Dude, they probably have him in a cage down in in the corporate basement, and they feed him 3 meals a day. It's really kosher, but like. But they're like, you're not allowed to leave or do anything until
It's upper class prison, It's
like in those old horror asylum films where they have mentally ill people and they just pop him with pills and he's brain dead.
Yeah,
that's like him in the corner, just waiting for it.
He goes to the interview and it's just a guy with a cue card.
What is it? Oh my god! What is it? Oh my god!
What?
Have you seen How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah.
What is it that Barney wants to do in the end of the season where he's it's when he's has his shades on and he's out cold, but he's they're fucking moving his 5 night what is it? Oh my god, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh man, all right.
Fuck, that's gonna bother me so much. It's Weekend at Barney's. That's what because it's like a parody of Weekend at Bernie's, right? So it's one of those situations where he's just fucking
just a ragdoll.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't understand how they're still dropping this when he's literally a criminal, an assaulter of women primarily. I don't see how he's not the Flash, man. He runs like a fucking princess. I swear to God. Number one, that's number one. Number two, he just doesn't look like Barry Allen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a criminal, for God's sakes. How you're gonna have the Flash, who is literally in DC Comics the epitome of hope, right? He's the symbol. He's a symbol of hope and and positivity and
he's gonna touch all the young kids' hearts.
Yeah, exactly. That's fucking terrible. I don't know. I think they're stupid because not only are they gonna lose cred and respect from everybody for keeping this movie going, but no one except for the idiots that have no idea are gonna see this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Besides, a lot of idiots, though.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things. I don't think it'll sell as well as it would.
Well, I mean, also, the Marvel thing, everyone's burnt out now. We're tired.
Yeah, but DC is I thought DC was on the rise. All right, we got Blue Beetle. That looks good. The suit looks incredible. Have you seen it?
No, I don't think so.
You haven't seen it? Look up. Go on here real quick. You know what Blue?
I know who Blue. I watched it.
Look at the Young Justice, right? Look at the movie suit. It's incredible. It's incredible. It looks amazing.
All righty.
Yeah, right. You should leave it up.
Are you okay?
just a mock.
All right.
Her suit looks kind of crappy, but it is a comic accurate suit.
It's a little cloudy,
but it's comic accurate, so you can't even say anything about it. Honestly, she does wear that in the comics. Although I would have preferred them to do an armored suit or something.
Oh
yeah, look at the set. That's just art. But look at this actual suit.
This boy.
Yeah, that looks incredible. Go to that one. That dude.
That looks pretty high.
That's legit as hell. Hopefully this movie still comes out. Hopefully it hasn't been canned yet. Come on, don't do that to me, man. Don't do that to me, man. I want a Hispanic hero.
No,
don't do that to me.
He's dead. That thing is getting canceled.
I need Jaime Reyes.
There's an executive walking to his office right now and be like, "Sorry, sir."
No, but
it's not happening.
Jaime Reyes is such a cool character. Blue Beetle is sick.
He's cool, but
Blue Beetle is sick as fuck.
Execs don't give a shit.
Although in Young Justice, when his Beetle talks to him, it always reminds me of the Boyle from Very Odd Parents. Silence, fool.
That's a stretch. Oh my god!
But it does talk danger approaching. It does talk to him like that. And no one can hear it but him. So it is kind of like that.
Oh no, damn it!
Fucking hell.
We have the new Rodecaster. So
yeah, our old Rodecaster had a baby called Rodecaster Pro 2, and it's so much better, and we have it now. So if anyone needs in the market for a roadcaster, email us because we're gonna.
I thought I turned you off this. That's weird.
I hope this doesn't get canned. I don't know.
It's so canned.
They're just like,
it's so canned.
Stop it. They haven't said
Nah.
anything yet.
I
Until they say something, it's still alive.
give it a week.
Until they say something, it's still alive. All right.
Listen, Mr. Blue Beetle. Just look at the bunnies. Look at the rabbits.
Stop.
Poof.
Stop. Just turn around. Just turn around. Close your eyes.
Just turn around. Close your eyes. It'll be
It'll
over
be quick. No, I don't know. This
Ezra, give me the gun.
he looks sick, and if his suit glows like that, it's gonna like how the concept art looks. It's gonna be crazy.
It'll be hype.
Yeah,
It'll be really
hype.
It'll be really cool concept art.
It-
What could have been?
Speaking of concept art, speaking about another DC game, since we're on the train, have you seen Gotham Knights? They dropped all the suits.
Yeah,
Dude, I think you'd appreciate it. It's all concept art. Look it up real quick.
I remember looking at the trailer and I was kind of like, okay.
Yeah, but they dropped some more. First, they dropped like 16 minutes of footage. I haven't watched it because I don't want to spoil myself. But dude, Gotham Knights, suits. I would imagine.
Yeah, space probably.
There's some that the Night Ops suits are so cool. There's some really cool stuff in here. Hopefully it shows up and it's not whack. Yeah, that's cool. So this is the majority of them. So that's one of them. These are the classic ones.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. Red Hood looks sick. I love that. Then we have the all three of those are one of them. So you can do the one right below that one. So these are the Eternal suits. Can't really see that. Maybe try going to the page. Maybe that'll help. IGN, you don't watch the video obviously, but maybe they'll have like sometimes they have like screen. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Yeah, look at that. So that's the Beyond suits. Pretty cool looking.
Pretty cool.
It's supposed to be inspired by Batman Beyond, obviously.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Then we have the classic suits made by Jeff Johns himself, or Jim Lee. I'm sorry, excuse me, Jim Lee. We have the Eternal suits, which I really fuck with because the Red Hood looks really dope. I like that a lot. And then for Robin, they gave him the Red Robin suit, which is really a nice touch.
Okay.
Because they don't really represent Red Robin enough, so that's really cool. I like that a lot. And we got the Night Ops suits, which is fucking sick, and they all come with replaceable cowls. So like you can have cowls with their eyes around, or it's a pure it's a pure Black Ops mask, which is kind of tough. I thought that's really sick. That's one of my favorites. Then they have this is year 1, I think, right? No, Neon Noir. Is that what it says?
Neon Noir.
I liked Batgirl a lot. She looks really cute.
Batgirl looks cool.
She looks really cute in that. And I like Robin's as well out of this batch, I would say.
Yeah.
I think the concept art's pretty cool though. They have the ninja ones, which are dope. They look pretty sick. And then they have these two, which is the year 1 suits, which I really like as well. I think
I like this Robin's better.
Yeah, Robin is sick. He looks swaggy, dude.
Yeah.
That's swaggy as fuck. Yeah, so they have some new concept art suits and they look pretty good. I don't know if there's more on that, but
that's what they had.
What they had so far, yeah. But I like it a lot. All right, back to this fuckhead. Yeah, so I don't really know what they're gonna do with this guy. I mean, obviously they mentioned that he will no longer be the Flash. So if that's the case, at least make a post credit scene with the new one.
Get shot at the end of the movie.
Well, I know everything about the movie already because it's been leaked.
Oh, okay.
So I know the end scene. And with the post-credit scene that they do, I feel like they could totally just make a new actor. Yeah. Like cast a new actor and just replace him for that one scene. Just do a reshoot for that one scene of him or just like CGI him in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's the DC drama. Warner Brothers is going down the drain.
Yeah, they Discovery looked over at Netflix and was like, I want some of that.
Yeah.
Boof, boof, boof.
Yeah, seriously. So VR chat is also dead. Speaking of boof, why don't you talk to us about that? Security update.
All right. So let me give you a little backstory, right? VR chat, right?
Yeah.
It's the virtual world. You have your own avatars. You can do a bunch of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Talk with people. It's cool. The devs kind of lackluster, right?
Okay.
Like they roll out things very slowly. They don't really listen, and they're kind of just like half-assing things, and they're just like they don't like they would not update for like years at a time, sort of thing, and just be like,
Yeah.
So the community itself relied on its own talented individuals to have fixes for things.
Sure.
So like they included mods to help with like certain accessibility issues and stuff like that. So the problem is they must have gotten like stung by a bee or something, these devs. So they're like, oh, we should probably do something with the VR chat. Yeah, okay. We got a lot of cheating in here, so let's install an easy anti-cheat. That thing that was in was it Ubisoft games? It was in some big title games.
Anakin Skywalker, that's all I saw.
Oh yeah, well you can
Read.
You can do any character you want basically, as long as you have the model. So it's using a lot of multiplayer games, this easy anti-cheat, and essentially it's supposed to do what it says. It stops the cheating. It gets, if you have like modifications added, it will block it. Problem is that this is now taking down all those mods that were fixing issues.
Yeah.
And there's no like, oh, we're gonna, we know these things were helping you, and we have our own replacements coming. Nah, none of that. And then people were obviously annoyed and very pissed about it because they're like, you're ruining this because a lot of people like these mods.
Yeah.
And you're doing this for this shitty system, which hackers have already found a loophole around. So it's already defunct and useless.
Jesus.
And it's like, maybe you shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that's a valid point. You don't like this, maybe we should.
They double down.
They double down. Yeah. They're like, we understand, but we're doing it anyway. Fuck you. So
erotic role playing. What the fuck? That's all I see.
Yeah. VR chat's a wild place. It's great.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And yeah. Well, yeah. No, let me just scroll down. VR. Yeah, they already prepared for ways to get around the security features, and they're done. And like, that's the problem is like you have people with disabilities who were depending on these mods to actually play the game.
Yeah.
And now, fuck you.
It's crazy.
And so if we go, let's take a peek real quick. Oh, my mouse, come on.
We're having difficulties today, as you can see.
Yeah, let's go to the Steam page real quick, because it's very funny watching. Let's actually. It's very
Rough.
It's very overwhelmingly negative.
Jeez.
And it used to be mostly positive, and it is like, just scroll down and it's all red. It is,
oh my God.
Oh, they're going is really they it's really bad. They are review bombing the hell out of this.
Damn, overwhelmingly negative. That's crazy.
Like that's reserved for like dog shit. And
yeah,
it's like,
right.
But they brought it upon themselves. What do you want?
That's crazy. I remember people were making like so many videos in this game.
Yeah, I mean,
it was just goofy as fuck.
I mean, yeah, it's fun. I could definitely see the appeal for it, and I mean, people still do content creation for it today.
Yeah.
But now it's like there's one of them right now, but there's talks on now going to another one called like Chill Out VR or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically made by like the old dev team for VR chat, who are kind of like, nah.
Yeah.
So this VR chat, if they don't get their act together, this might be the beginning of the end.
That's crazy. R.I.P. VR chat. Long lived. Do you
Yeah.
know the way?
You were supposed to be the one to ensure that metaverse never took off.
What could have been, right?
What could have been.
But yeah, I think that that concludes it, right? Pretty much.
That is it. Yeah, that is everything.
So pretty negative news episode
Yeah,
this
our
week.
shit doesn't work. Fucking
Yeah, right.
garbage coming out. Shitty people still being shitty people.
But at least we still have our website that you should check out.
Yeah, you should listen to the podcast and like listen through our now new player, I guess what it's called.
Yeah.
The Acast player.
The Acast player.
Yeah,
Son.
I mean, if you're down for that,
Please
but
do.
it's also on Spotify and all the other
streaming services. So whatever you have, give us a listen. We'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys again for listening to another episode of the Imposter Syndrome podcast.
See, did you see how quick that was?
It was
Did you
so
see
quick.
how quick that
It
was?
was quick. We love you, Roadcaster 2.
Hey, Road.
Yeah.
Road, listen to me.
Yeah.
We got your mic arms here.
Yeah.
We got your Roadcaster. We got both Roadcasters actually.
Yeah.
Listen, if you just wanna like,
sponsor our podcast.
yeah, if you just like,
I mean, it's not like we're begging or anything, but it's something to think about. We do rep hard, like Clip should sponsor us too because it's a great program.
Crunchyroll sponsor.
Honestly, we have so many companies that should sponsor us. Maybe you should write to them. You could win $1 billion. You could.
We could.
You could. So you should totally do that.
I guess.
All right. Anyway, thank you for listening to another episode of the Imposter Syndrome podcast. Make sure you leave a comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We greatly appreciate it. Check out Gravity on Webtoons.
Yeah.
Link will be in the description below. We appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. I'm Jake.
I'm Michael.
And have a wonderful evening, night, day, wherever you are. Peace.